Hey guys, Sidya, welcome to this Hall of Fame interview, and I'm here with Harsh Dave, who is a musician, and he teaches songs on flute. Interesting thing, he came to our community in March 2021. He launched his training on in the month of August. More than 40 students that he's teaching them how to play the flute and play songs on flute. He's got a community called Flute Songs Mastery. He's based out of Mumbai, part of the Stars Hive. So all of you stars, cheer him up. And he's been able to achieve over 3.3 lakhs in the last 5 months in spite of being in a job, and that's his main thing. This is his passion project and what is his talent project, I should say. And Harsh, so happy to see you take that. And the reason why I'm really inspired by your journey with what we just spoke a few minutes before this is because a lot of people in the corporate world, they also have talents, but they do not have time to really bring it out there and launch something. And you've actually done that. So congratulations on achieving the Hall of Fame and reconnecting and taking your passion out to so many people. Congrats on that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sid. I think it's purely. I was looking for a channel which teaches me how to do that. I think you've just given that path which I can follow and just follow on my passion rather than the surrounding things. I think that you've taken care through Internet Lifestyle Hub. So that is taken care of. I've just focused on my passion areas and implemented the systems. That's what I would say. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Harsh. And I'm curious to know, like, when did you decide that you want to start teaching flute? Probably, I mean, considering that you're working in the corporate world and doing so many other things, like the bread and butter is coming from there. But when did you decide? Okay, let me start getting back to this. What was
So
that like?
I have been doing this. My YouTube channel has been there since 2013-14. So
Okay.
it's been there. But it's like, whenever I feel like playing a song and upload a YouTube video, I would do that. I have done about 100 plus videos, and now I have like about 38,000 followers. And once in a while, I used to get that $99, $100 check from YouTube.
AdSense, yeah.
But what I felt is that people are constantly asking few questions about how to which flute to buy, please give us notations of this song. And these are some common questions because I can never provide notations of all the song. So instead of me giving notations and then not responding to people, I said, why can't I create a system that helps people figure out how to play the notations? And YouTube being YouTube, it throws recommendations at you, which is not in the most structured way. So when I came into your community, I got a way of putting things together, and how you can convert your knowledge into levels, and then how can you also how can you provide a service with a mission. So you gave it a mission and you converted service mindset for me, uh, and that all came together when I attended your webinar, and that was the time I think hackathon, right?
Awesome.
I think that kind of just fired up for me.
Great, Harsh. And being a musician, also myself, I know how many years it takes to perfect an instrument or whatever. That's we never stop learning. It's always I'm a keyboardist, and even now I cannot. I always keep practicing, and it never happens. So, but when it comes to curriculum design, after you go into curriculum design, framework, the system, did it? How did you like revamp, or how did you start approaching now teaching flute? Because teaching flute you could even do the whole lifetime somebody can learn. So how have you structured the way that you are getting people up to speed?
So I have recorded my level 1 two times, I would say, because first time when I was following, in fact I was even noting down the notes, the words that you used and how you said. So I did exactly that entire process, recorded it, but somehow I could not connect with my original thought. So I said that let me. So just 2 days before I was launching it, I said let me just reshoot it because I was not happy with my own product. So I said that let me just break it down into a very simple thing. First, it's that usually it takes about 3 months time for people to learn the basics, uh, uh, and people can usually start with a straight flute. So we need to get the basic fingerings in place and get to a level where they can start playing the song. So that's my level 1, and these are 13 weeks milestones which I've created, which people can
Got it.
follow. So these
30,
milestones,
30 weeks. Yeah.
no, one three, one three, three
One three,
months.
1 3. Okay. 1 3 weeks. Got it. Okay.
So it's a 13-week milestone which I've created. It's like a hackathon format. So I teach every quarter. So it's a 13-week rolling thing. So people can come into my community, learn throughout, and then the next level is basically the so what I've learned from you is learn the basics. Then what you offer, in the second level, which is the gold membership. Similarly, then I'm starting with the long format songs. Till the first level, it's simple tunes, straight flute fingerings, blowing, those kind of things I'm taking care of.
Okay. Nice. Nice. So it's more like foundation. Then they get into more advanced level. And then do you have like a level after that? Is there any kind of certification or anything that you plan to provide?
Uh, Not right now, because right now still my second level is going on, which is largely so because I just converted 13 weeks, completed 13 weeks of first batch, and I've migrated some of the students to second level, and that level is going to be 6 months. So I'm going to see how it pans out, because my main objective is how are they learning. That's more important to me right now, and this is a slightly longer process because it's music. It's not
Yes.
and I want to spend more time with my learners and achieve that. But my goal is that they should be able to play at least 30 songs for me to say that they've learned properly. Uh,
Got it.
so yeah, so that is where it is. Baki, certificates and all those things that probably will come with time. But right now, they should be able to. They should feel that they are playing well.
Yes, yes. Amazing, amazing. That's great to know. And I want to know, like, you're doing this only on the weekends. How are you managing your time? You're having your job and then you're doing this. So I'm sure many of our listeners in our community maybe having the job and wanting to do something in the weekend. So how are you managing that? Let us know.
So I have blocked my Saturdays for my live classes. So I start my classes morning 10 o'clock. So there are two batches and evening. So Saturday I've like completely blocked. I do webinars on Sunday or sometimes Friday night depending on how my schedule is. Uh, uh, Otherwise I stretch nights. So when I wait for 3 days holidays, because Sunday I block for family, I because otherwise I'll go crazy,
Yes.
and because I'm leading a team, there is enough work pressure that is happening in there, and I'm in an OTC space which is booming right now. So I focus there, I do my job well, I come back, and there are days when I can't do. There are days when I have enough power and energy to kind of stretch up to 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So I do that, and I'm managing like that. So when the recording happens, uh, that is when I need to stretch the maximum because it requires that momentum to kind of do it in one shot. Then editing, so everything is right now I'm doing it. So yeah, so I would say there are, this burst of energy which I'm using right now to do things. I'm not very consistent with the podcast or the videos right now yet, but I'm hoping I'll just get more energy and power to kind of do after this call.
Yes, no, definitely, Ash. I think and the way that you've slotted your time and you're making it happen, that itself is commendable in spite of being in a job and doing, the core activities of your week. And then you're making this happen. And in spite of that, like achieving the Hall of Fame and all of this is like, it really shows your commitment to the art and commitment to your students. So next question is, what are your top three like major takeaways or impact that internet lifestyle hub has had on you, like after coming to the community? What can you see as, besides the knowledge and all this stuff, like three things that have impacted you the most after being a part of this group?
I think the first thing is that usually when you try to launch a business, you always think of money first. I think here you made a mission first and the purpose. So that is something that uh, I have I've connected the most because I'm as a person I'm not somebody who can ask money so easily. But when you genuinely try to do this through a mission, then it simplifies things for you. That is something that is through various workshops and whatever videos or information that you've been providing. That is something that has come to me. It's like your code of conduct. And even while I was shooting the course, you said that this works, but please don't misuse it. It's like I'm responsible. So I've done all those typing and saying that I'm responsible. So I think that's mission is the first part. The second part is stranger secret. That is, I have been listening regularly, and it's like every day one line here and there, it just hits and activates some nodes in the mind. And there are multiple things within the stranger secret about what you think, how you plan, that so it's that. The third thing I would say is, which I'm working towards, and I would say I'm just 10% of all the things you mentioned on a Monday morning call, which I mostly hear through recordings, which is organize your health plan. Those things are very, very, which nobody talks about. That how you need to maintain those things and automatically it'll affect your revenue business. And the word push through. So if I were to tag my life, I would say push through. Everything will happen. I think so. These are the three things I would say.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for mentioning. Yeah, that's great. No, and talking about sales, right? Like I'm sure, I mean, you just mentioned it's hard to even I had a hard time asking for money. Coming from what spiritual background, seva mindset, let's give, 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 and especially now music also is it's something like regular teachers who are great, who have students. Yes, if they're just fully in the music zone, and they just get the fees and stuff. Like I've even my wife is a singer, and I know how the process works. So but now you're doing webinars and asking people to go by and calling out their names. What was that experience like, and what breakthroughs did you have over there?
So honestly, I was feeling guilty to kind of ask for money, uh, because like it's not my natural thing. But I think I felt like I'm doing from the service mindset. There are people who dropped off, and there were people who paid. And though people who paid, I take the full responsibility of ensuring the value delivers to them. That's my conscious. And when I thought it that way, then it was easier. And because I was doing YouTube, so video was never a problem. It was the asking people to register in that webinar time, uh, that was a little difficult, but I have done it. In fact, my wife still calls me and tells me that you don't push. I said I don't feel like, if I it's this is what it is. People who will stay till the end, if they find value, they'll buy. I don't want to make it unrealistic.
So you're used to it now. I mean, how many webinars have you done till now?
So I would have done at least 13 to 14 webinars, I think. So every week, so every life goes here and there. I don't cancel my webinars.
Way to go. That's the thing. Mm. And how was that feeling when the first webinar you saw the money coming in, and how many people bought your course? Can you recollect that moment? Yeah.
So, so honestly, it was great because in the first webinar, I crossed about 65K, which was, and because I have big YouTube community, it was somewhere I also knew that will happen.
Yes.
Uh, but the back of the mind was always there. Once this community goes off, or those people who are there in my community, once they cross through, then new people, when I'm trying to communicate, how much they can resonate with me, because ultimately this is business. uh, uh, and if I have to sustain, how people will feel. So I was always worried about I knew that I can do this. I can do the webinar. I can convert. But when it is about absolutely people who are fresh, who have doubts in their minds about flute, and music is not like money or like the basic necessities. So what will happen then is what my so I was not jumping with joy. I was thankful that it worked, and uh, I wanted to continue the service. So that was what was going in my mind, honestly.
Amazing. Great, Harsh. And how does it feel now? You have 40 students. Now you're nurturing them. Now it's a whole community that's being formed. So what is that feeling like, versus probably just teaching something or just putting up a video on YouTube versus now you have like your own musical children now, so what is that feeling like? Let us know.
That's one of the most satisfying thing when you help people play music, because I think when you are able to play an instrument, I think there is very few people can do that. And when you can get them to play things, when they are able to do that. So in my community, there are father daughter duo who join in. There's a 10-year-old daughter who's joining in. There are people, and a lot of my learners are actually not from India. They are they are and they are and another one phrase that that you say, your vibe attracts your tribe. So my tribe is also people like me.
Nice, nice.
They're working professionals. Some of them are working in Amazon, LinkedIn, New York, Canada. So they're all like widespread. And when I see them, and they are, and some of those people, when I used to do my webinars at like 10:30 in the morning, so they were like 2 o'clock in the morning there. So people used to join there at that time, and that kind of, you know, it just gave me that extra energy to kind of keep doing the work and the course, even though I had a heavy week. But Saturday morning, it's like resets my mind, and I'm like all charged up. So that was
Amazing.
what the community makes me feel.
Mm. That's super. Even for me, right? Ever since I started to do the inner circle calls, the Monday calls, I mean, more than what the people are going to get, I've gotten so much from this, because just I could just show up every single week, no matter what situation is happening at home, and that itself is such a transformational experience. The whole making it into a weekly, cycle there. So I'm sure you're experiencing that. Amazing. And uh, tell, I think many of our folks here who will be contemplating on, okay, diamond membership and stuff like that. I know you have not been attending our calls due to your work pressures and other things, but you've been going through the recordings. What has that done to you? Like, have you gotten like finer pointers, or how has diamond membership helped you?
So I have been attending your. While physically I'm not attending Monday workshops, but I am listening to it while I travel. So it's that ways I've been consistently uh, listening to all the content that we have. The great thing about uh, the diamond membership is the automation mastery, which is what now actually I started with Demio, but now I'm going into the next level, which is in fact just yesterday I had the webinar jam, which I'm getting into that because Demio has been giving me some surprises.
Mm,
So now, so what the entire automation mastery, I think diamond membership calls, and what you mentioned the first 30 minutes, you know, that is what makes all the difference, and also the community. I wish I can be more regular and I can do all the calls. I'm missing out on those things, but my goal is that I cross all those levels and free up my time in a way to one day that I can do all those things. But yeah, those people who are just waiting and wanting to move into the level where they want to up their game, I think diamond membership is a no-brainer.
mm, Thank you, Harsh. And thank you for your commitment. I mean, in spite of work, you've been able to tune in and still stay connected to the information and whatever is being covered over there. That's great to know. So all of you are watching, like, if you're inspired by this interview, in the link in my YouTube description, you want to learn songs on a flute, go and check out Harsh's website and what he does. And other thing is, we're going to be doing a detailed, more deeper interview, not only with him but many of our other members on Clubhouse. So in my channel description below, there's also a link to our Clubhouse channel. And every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday night, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., we have like detailed interviews. So this is more like a 15, 20-minute format, but that'll be like a 1 hour format. And yeah, Harsh, we're looking forward to going deeper into that. We'll have Paul and Kashi, some of our team members, will be interviewing you there. And if you'd like to be a part of the community, Internet Lifestyle Hub, there's a link below. If you're brand new, you're not a part of our community, we'd love to have you a part of it. There's a link in the description. And Harsh, I would like to ask you this question, which is the one thing question. Based on your years of experience as a musician, as a family man, as a working professional, like you have to bring it down to one success principle that you live by and you'll continue to live by for the rest of your life. What is that success principle of yours?
I think two words said: push through. I think
Push through.
it is never going to be easy. It is you will always have things distracted. You'll always have things to say no, no to. I think you have to learn to do those things, and ultimately you will have to have your personal priorities clear. Uh, and there are times when you don't feel like doing it. You feel completely demotivated. You feel you have wife, you have children, you have jobs. You have enough reasons to say no, but push through, push through.
Amazing.
I would say.
I like the way you said you have enough reasons to say no, but you got to find that one reason to say yes, right?
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What is your one reason? What pulls you towards doing this every Saturday? Like, is there some higher purpose or calling that you have, or what is it?
So So said I learned flute at a time when I was, you know, um, when I was really struggling to, uh, to kind of, I started learning flute at a time when, coming from a vernacular medium, I used to struggle to be in my college because of self-confidence. I could not speak English properly. I was from a Gujarati medium. And that was a time when I picked up because I wanted something that differentiates me. I just needed something that differentiates me, that makes me feel confident. And flute gave me that. And now everyone in my office, everyone building, everyone knows me because of my flute and also the work that I do. So I feel that music grows you as a person. While a lot of people can play music, but when you help people play an instrument, and this is something I've also learned from my Guruji. He has this giving attitude towards, sharing the knowledge. So I feel that if I have been training myself and I'm well educated, I've been working in the digital space, so I can utilize all these tools. So it becomes my moral responsibility to kind of help people. Otherwise, what is my contribution to the world? So that is what keeps me going. And there are enough people who are looking for information. So I'm just trying to do what I can do, which I feel only I can do, in that.
Absolutely. That's what makes you unique. And I mean, to read between the lines, I think what you were seeking for was an identity, and the instrument has given you an identity in
Yeah.
the world. And now you're helping others discover that for themselves using the tool, which is the flute or the instrument that's going to help them showcase themselves in a very unique way, and people would appreciate them, and it's beautiful. Thank you so much for what you do, Harsh. We are just
Thank you so
getting
much.
warmed up on this journey, and
Yeah.
truly an honor to have you in our community, and looking forward to serving you more, and looking forward to seeing you serve so many others. And probably we're going to live in a much more beautiful world as we have thousands of flautists coming from your community in the years to
Absolutely.
come. Yes.
Absolutely, Sid. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for guiding us and pushing us all throughout.
Thank you. Thank you. Wish you all the best. Yeah.
Thank you so
Bye bye.
much. Thanks. Thanks.